thank you.
Jonas, thanks for having us. I sent you a mail also. Thank you so much.
Hi. Nice meeting you.
Okay, start there. I'm coming, just patience. Hello.
Thank you so much. Hey, you can event tomorrow.
You again. Okay.
Okay. Hvem styrer det? Okay. Har de set filmen i går, alle sammen? Eller tror nogen?
Gracias. Podemos empezar la rueda de prensa, por favor. Gracias. Bienvenidos a una nueva rueda de prensa de Sitges, en este caso para presentar la película Suicide Tourist, película que es World Premiere en Sitges dentro de la sección oficial a competición. Tenemos una mesa importante. Sorry for my pronunciation of the names.
That's okay.
Excuse me a lot for that, but tenemos a Jonas Alexander Arby, director. Welcome to Sitges.
Thank you.
Was in the official session with When Animals Dream a few years ago, and return to Sitges.
Thank you. Thank you
for
much.
that. Nicola Coster-waldau, main actor in the film. Welcome to Sitges. It's a pleasure to be here. It's an old dream for us to have in the Sitges. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Rasmus Birch, screenplay.
Hello.
Thanks for coming. Catherine Ports, producer. Eva Jacobsen, producer. Niels Taustun, director of cinematography.
That's me.
You. Thanks for coming. Thank you. And Mike Hess, soundtrack, music compositor. Thanks for coming also. Everybody here, welcome to Sitges. Enjoy the festival and enjoy this press conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pues empezamos cuando queráis. Hablar con micrófono, por favor.
Hola, buenos días. Quería preguntar, por favor, a Nicolai Coster-Waldau si tenía ganas de quitarse la ropa, de ir quitándose ropa en el cine y poder presentar una película como esta, y si se siente cómodo en el papel de actor de cine europeo.
This reminds me of the movie called Lost in Translation. So just so I understand, the question is, do I like to take my clothes off? Oh, it's thank you. Oh, well, I mean, I don't. I mean, I play a character in a movie. I just try to find the truth in that character and do my best. I don't think of it as hopefully in whatever you do, whether it's whatever genre, whatever movie, you try to find the truth within that story. And what was the second part of the question?
Are you comfortable?
Help me.
Comfortable, so
They trapped me, please. No, yes, I feel great. I feel fine. Yes, it's. I understand the question between European and American, but I thought I read the story. I really I loved this story when I read it, and that's why I wanted to do it. It wasn't because it was Danish or European or American. It was just the story that I found.
Hola, tenía una pregunta para el director. El hotel y el ambiente en el hotel me recordó mucho a The Lobster, y luego vi en los créditos que había el mismo montador. Le quería preguntar por esa influencia, y luego si podía comentar por el hecho que aparezca Circle of Life y un gato que se llame Simba.
I think Rasmus and I can answer this. I think, of course, Lobster is a great
one of our great movies, but I think, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I think it is a different, how do you say, setup for the hotel as it was in Lobster. Of course, or Youth, or whatever, those kind of films that has a hotel as the arena for the drama. This is different. I don't know if you want to comment.
I agree. No, I agree.
And regarding the Circle of Life, you mean as a, of course, this is a film. This is a film about love, life, death. So in that sense, yes, it is about.
The cat is called Simba.
Sorry?
The cat was called Simba.
No, but that's no reference in that.
Hi, here, to the left, to your left. Hi. Nicola, since you have your success in TV, you have keep doing films in your country. I mean, you have balanced your career between the States and Hollywood and the European cinema, especially in your country. I mean, how important is it to you to keep doing films in your country, in your language? And for the rest of the team of this film, how important is for the Danish industry that an actor so successful and well known keeps doing films in your industry?
Well, I think that for me it's really nice to work at home because you're closer to home. But on a more, I am Danish and I'm European, and there's obviously when you read a story that's set in your own backyard, it has a different it resonates differently in your body. At the same time, I also really enjoy going and play something that is completely different. I mean, it kind of makes the idea of being an actor, you pretend to be something else. It's like 100% when you're suddenly pretending to be some hardcore American gangster, whatever, because I'm not. But that was a really boring answer. They just couldn't deal with it anymore. But no, I mean, but at the core of it, you just look for good stories, and there's a lot of great stories in Europe. So.
Hi, here. I want to ask Jonas and Nikolai here about why it's important to make a movie today about suicide, and to Nikolai, if you feel that this is a good character for you today because you feel like you wanted to kill yourself after the fame you achieved with Game of Thrones.
I'm just going to comment on not on the Game of Thrones thing, but on the suicide thing, because of course the film is. Have you seen the film? Okay. For me, or for us at least, it's not a film. Of course, suicide is a tool we use, in the film, but it's not a film about suicide. Suicide is as I said, is a tool as used in the film, but it's a film about life in general. And I think that's important to emphasize. And it's a film about love, and it's a film about death, but not particular suicide. Of course, it's a dramatic event that we use in the film, but those are the main three themes of the film for us.
And also, just to follow up, I think that one of the things I think sometimes I struggle with in my life is I want to. It's very scattered, so I want to keep control. And I love this story about a man who was so afraid of losing control that he decided to kill himself. I mean, there's something about that contradiction that I thought was interesting. The second question, I understood something about Game of Thrones that. I mean, again, the reason I wanted to do this was I just thought it was a great character, great part. I know that obviously Game of Thrones is a worldwide thing. Everybody's seen it all over the world, which is fantastic. But for me, it's just another job. It's without it being any. I'm very grateful, but it's another one of many.
Hola, yo quería preguntar. Tengo una pregunta para Jonas y dos para Nicolás. Para Jonas, me gustaría saber, ya que la película no estaba planteada como para tratar el tema del suicidio, sino que es un film más inquietante sobre una crisis existencial, ¿cómo ha ido encajando todos esos elementos para construir el film? Y para Nicolás, me gustaría saber cómo ha sido trabajar con Jonas en esta, su segunda película, y si en algún momento ha pensado en concluir su historia de John Amsterdam en una película.
So basically, I want to. Rasmus has been working for the script for, I don't know, a long time.
Some time, yeah.
3 or 4 years. So of course, I can just quickly say that, of course, putting the elements has been Rasmus's responsibility, but of course we have developed things accordingly as a corporation for those years. I think the film, everything. I mean, this film has also been very interesting to make because we have, of course, a script that we loved and everybody loved, and then we also had, I think one of the best editors in the world, and then we also had people coming to the script. So it's been a kind of a living organism for a long time. So of course we had the main cornerstones of the film thematically, like also as Nikolai was saying about a man afraid of losing control. We have this suicide, we have the illness, we have the love story, we have the psychological drama. But it's been a cooperation to get all the bricks to land, hopefully, as we think, in the right place.
Okay. And now you asked me how it was to work with Jonas.
It's great.
It was amazing. We played bowling. We went bowling together.
Ping pong?
And ping pong. And then we also shot a movie. I'm very proud of this movie. So I have nothing but good things to say about this guy. And then you asked me if I was going to finish John Amsterdam from the television show New Amsterdam that you've all seen and enjoyed. No? That's... But thank you for the question.
Sí, aquí detrás esta pregunta es para Jonas y también para Nikolai. No sé, desconozco las leyes en Dinamarca, pero aquí en España se está hablando mucho últimamente sobre el derecho a morir dignamente y también sobre la eutanasia, que actualmente aquí pues todavía no está permitida. No sé qué opinan ellos sobre el derecho a morir dignamente, que es lo que plantea al final la película, y las dudas también que pueden causar en todo momento, ¿no? Estas contradicciones hasta el último momento que también pueden sufrir las personas que se plantean eso, ¿no? Llegar a la eutanasia. Gracias.
Well, we were taking bets on how quickly that question would come. The thing is, I understand what you're saying, because there is assisted suicide. It's all, without giving anything away, it's not at all what this movie is about. It's very much about what goes on inside. So the reason I'm hesitant is because I don't want the story to, in your papers, wherever you write, to become about assisted suicide. Or even me saying that it's not about assisted suicide.
Creo que lo que está diciendo es que siempre hemos hablado de qué tan rápido va a ser esta pregunta. La peli no va de eso y tampoco queremos que sean los artículos que salgan alrededor de la peli. Se trata de suicidio asistido porque de eso no va la peli.
Now, how many have seen the movie? Did you notice how beautifully shot it was and the amazing music? If you have any questions for the DP and the composer, then I think this is the moment.
¿Quiénes habéis visto de la película? ¿Tenéis alguna pregunta sobre este tema? Ahora es el momento.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Yo quisiera preguntarle al director sobre la simbología de la película, porque sobre todo refiriéndome al pijama de rayas y a la aislación en sí, porque me recordó un poco un campo de concentración y yo no sé si hay esa intención en la película. Y luego a Nikolai, ¿qué es lo que más le interesó de este guión, quizá más autoral? Gracias.
I love walking around in pajamas all day. That's right. No, what I loved about the script was that it was just, it was very emotional. I understood the conflict that the main character was facing, and then I was surprised when I read the story. It kept surprising me, and it's wonderful. when you're surprised.
Should I answer the pajamas thing now? Yeah, no, regarding the pyjamas, there's no reference to any concentration camp or anything. Actually, the idea about wearing pajamas is that everybody's equal, that you strip from your identity from society, and you kind of dress down to who you really are, and nothing else matters. That's being in sin with nature. So if they're striped and that gives you assumption, that's absolutely nothing to do with it.
Una pregunta más.
Hola, para el director y Nicolai aquí, la película también plantea el hecho, me imagino, de qué nos hace vivir, ¿no? Frente a este punto de si tenemos o no ganas de vivir o morir. Era para saber también cuál es el efecto que piensan que puede tener en el público esta película, qué efecto esperan conseguir.
Well, I mean, obviously, I think that whatever you take away from the movie is great, but as long as you don't fall asleep. But what I took away, what I hoped, I think it's about accepting that we can't control life, and that's kind of the beauty of it, even when it's as tragic as what happens to the main character in this movie. And then, of course, it's also you have to trust love at the end of the day.
No. Una más.
Yes, I paid this guy, okay? All right.
This is a question to Catherine. As you speak Spanish, so puedo preguntarte en español. Como Dinamarca es un país pequeño, como el nuestro, Cataluña, ¿cómo difícil es sacar adelante un proyecto como esta película y con una estrella internacional, aunque sea danesa? ¿Y por qué habéis escogido Sitges para hacer la world premiere de Suicide Tourist?
Como siempre, es complicado hacer una peli de autor de un presupuesto un poco más grande. En Dinamarca, como acá en Cataluña, es un país pequeño con una audiencia muy limitada y o se hace cine comercial nacional, comedias y lo mismo que en España, o intentas hacer películas más autorales para el mundo, pero pensando más en el mundo que en el público nacional. Y estamos acá porque Ángel fue tan amable de invitarnos y nos parece un lugar estupendo para tener el estreno mundial de la peli.
Tengo que decir que agradecemos mucho a los productores y a Charat porque nos dieron la oportunidad de ver la película y nos encantó. We are very happy to have the film here, world premiere with all of you here. Thank you very much. This afternoon is the world premiere in the auditorium, and thank you very much, everybody. See you later in the auditorium. Thank you very much.